catch her?
Slick as a whistle. Saw her walking down a path, humming a little tune. I jumped up from behind her. I said, "Sister, there's a man who wants to see you." Should have heard her yell.
Did you take her to room number 13, Upper West Star?
Yeah, she's there now. Brought her into the diet kitchen. She was screaming and kicking like hell. I'll hold her if you'll come and undress her.
Dr. Sanderson told me to stay here for a couple of minutes, but then Mr. Dowd picked it up.
Make it snappy.
Mr. Dowd?
Oh, Woodpea. Here, let me give you one of my cards. If you should wish to call me at this number. Don't call me Pal. That's the old one.
Thank you.
And don't worry, if you lose it, I have plenty more.
Would you pull up a chair and have a seat, please?
Why, thank you. I'll have two.
Dr. Sanderson is very anxious to talk to you. He'll be with you in a minute. Now, would you please be seated?
After you, my dear.
Oh, I'm sorry I can't. I'm in and out of here all the time, and I wouldn't dare disturb you. So if you'll please have a seat.
After you.
Could I get you a magazine?
I would really much rather look at you, Miss Kelly. You really are quite beautiful.
Why, thank you. At least someone thinks so.
Some people are blind. Yes, that is very often brought to my attention. And now, my dear, I'd like to introduce you to a very dear friend of mine.
Mr. Dowd,
Woodpea. Here, let me give you one of my cards.
I'm Dr. Harvey Sanderson, Dr. Chumley's assistant on here.
I'm glad to know that, Doctor. And how are you?
Well, I'm afraid that's going to depend on you. You've met Miss Kelly, haven't you? Have a seat,
I-
please.
After Miss Kelly.
Sit down, Kelly. Is that chair quite comfortable, Mr. Dowd?
Why, yes. Would you care to try it?
Oh, no, thank you. Is there something I could maybe get you? An ashtray? Miss Kelly, give him an ashtray. Is it too warm in here for you, Mr. Dowd? Would you like me to open the window?
Mr. Dowd, Dr. Sanderson wants to know if we should open the window.
That's entirely up to him. I wouldn't presume to live his life for it.
Now then, Mr. Dowd, I can see that you're not the type of person to be taken over by any high-flown phrases or beating around the bush.
Is that so, Doctor?
You have us at a disadvantage here. You know, let's lay the cards on the table.
That certainly appeals to me, Doctor.
That's plain and long. People are people no matter where you go.
Yes, that is very often the case.
And being human are therefore liable to make mistakes. Miss Kelly and I have made a terrible mistake this afternoon. We'd like to explain it to you.
It wasn't Dr. Sanderson's fault, Mr. Dowd. It was all mine.
A human failing, as I said.
I find it very interesting, nevertheless. You and Miss Kelly here. This afternoon, you say?
We do hope you understand, Mr. Dowd.
Why, yes. These things are often the basis of a long and warm friendship.
Now then, Mr. Malcolm, if I had seen your sister first, that would have been an entirely different story.
Now, there you surprise me, Doctor.
You mustn't attach any blame to her. She's a very sweet woman. Came in here insisting you were in need of treatment, which is perfectly ridiculous.
Beta shouldn't worry about me. I get along fine.
Yes, but there had been a call from her family lawyer, Judge Kaplan, and she'd already talked to Miss Kelly.
Oh, yes, I know him. Know his wife, too. Nice people.
Is there something I can get you, Mr. Dowd? Here, would you like a light?
No.
No, no. Your sister was extremely nervous and started on a heated tired on your drinking.
Yes, that was Beta.
She became hysterical.
I tell Beta not to worry about me. I'll take care of that.
Exactly. Oh, I suppose you have a drink now and then, the same as the rest of us.
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, I'd like one right now.
As a matter of fact, so would I. Your sister's reaction to the whole matter was entirely too intense. Does your sister drink, Mr. Dowd?
Why, no. I don't believe Beta has ever taken a drink.
Well, I'm going to surprise you. I think she has and does, constantly.
I certainly am surprised.
But it's not her alcoholism that's going to be the basis of my diagnosis of the treatment over here. It's when she began talking so emotionally about this big white rabbit. Harvey. Yes, I believe she called him Harvey.
Yes, Harvey is his name.
She claims you're persecuting her with this Harvey.
I haven't been persecuting Beta with Harvey, and I don't know where she gets such an idea. Now, before we go any further, I must really introduce to you a very dear friend of mine.
Just a moment, Dowd. Sit down. Let me make my point. Your sister's condition didn't spring up overnight. It stemmed from trauma.
From what?
From trauma. Spelled T-R-A-U-M-A. It means shock. Nothing unusual about it. There's the sure its reaction would hold matter. If she had seen something she had once seen before, that would be one point. But it stands to reason that nobody has ever seen a rabbit 6 foot tall.
Not very often, Doctor.
Unlike you, Dal.
I like you too, Doctor. And Miss Kelly.
Now then, under these circumstances, I would commit my own grandmother.
Does your grandmother drink too?
Oh, no. It's just an expression. Now then, will you sign these temporary commitment papers as next of kin? Just a formality.
You know, Veda does all the signing and managing around the household. I better not do it. She's good at it.
We mustn't disturb her.
Maybe I should talk it over with Judge Gaffney first.
You can explain it all to him later. Tell him I advised it. It's not like you can stop by any time to visit. When would you like to come back? Wednesday? Say Friday?
Well, I've had such a fun time with you and Miss Kelly. I could come back right after dinner, about an hour.
Well, we're pretty busy right now, but I guess that's all right.
You know, I'm really not that hungry. I don't have to go.
Delighted to have you stay. Miss Kelly and I have to get out upstairs now and get some work done. Let me tell you what you might like to do.
What might I like to do?
We don't usually do this, but just so you know your sister's in good hands, why don't you stay and look around for a while? You go out through that door and go down the hallway, you'll come to the library, the conservatory, and the kitchen.
Yes, for Beta's sake, I believe I had better do that.
Very well then, Dal. It's been a great pleasure having this talk with you.
It's been nice talking with you too, Doctor.
I will say that for a layman, you show an unusually acute perception of psychiatric problems.
Really? I didn't think I knew anything about it. No one does, don't you think, Doctor?
Well, the good psychiatrist isn't found under every bush.
You have to pick the right bush first. Now, since we've had such a fun time, won't you and Miss Kelly come down from town with me for a drink?
Oh, we'd love to, but we're busy right now. Some other time.
When? When would you be glad to?
Well, we work until 10 o'clock tonight.
Well, how about 10 o'clock then?
Well,
And you, Miss Kelly?
Dr. Chumley doesn't allow members of the staff fraternizing. But since you've been so understanding, I guess we can make it.
Great then. I'll pick you up out here tonight in a cab at 10 o'clock. When I find people I like to stick with them. Well, you said later on, so later on it will be. Goodbye, Doctor. Goodbye, Miss Kelly.
Now I can breathe again.
Boy, that was a close shave, all right. That man is proud. What the SP problem? I don't know. But I played up to that pride. You can get to almost anybody if you want to. Now I must look in on that Simmons woman.
Dr. Sanderson, you say you can get to anybody. How can you do that?
Take study. Years of specialized training. There's only one thing I don't like about this now business.
What's that?
Having to make that date with him. Of course, he left here as a good friend and booster of the sanitarium, so I guess I'll go down and do it. But you don't have to go.
Oh.
No point in it. I'll go down there, have a drink with him, pat him on the back and leave. Besides, I have a date anyhow.
Well, I didn't intend to go anyway. I was bored stiff with the idea. I wouldn't have ever gone if I was never going anywhere again.
What are you getting so emotional about for?
Mr. Dowd may be a peculiar man, and he may dress funny, but he had perfect manners.
I saw you giving him the doubtful stare. But you'd go down and have a drink with him anyhow. Boy, look at him. He doesn't work. All he does is sit around the bars. All that corny bowing and getting up out of his chair. But he's as outdated as a cast iron deer. But you'd go down and have a drink with him anyhow. Boy, you're wonderful.
He had perfect manners. He didn't sit down until I sat down. He told me I was lovely and called me dear. I'd go to have a drink with him anytime if you weren't going.
Yeah, sure you would.
Now let me tell you something. You.
Dr. Sanderson? Miss Kelly?
Yes,
Yes,
Doctor.
doctor.
Tell that gardener to throw more carefully on my prized potatoes along the fence down by the main road. They'll be ready for cutting next week. The difficulty of the woman with the large white rabbit. Has it been smoothed over yet?
Yes, doctor. I talked to her brother, and he seemed quite reasonable.
I've had many patients in my day who've seen animals. I've never had a patient who's seen an animal quite that large before.
Yes, she called him Harvey.
Harvey. Unusual name of an animal of any kind. Harvey's a man's name. I've known many men in my day with the name of Harvey, but I've never known any animal whatsoever with that name. Thanks, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
I know I'll go upstairs and look on this woman. Just perhaps we can use my Filmy 977 on her. I'll help you prescribe the treatment, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Now, may I ask, what's that hat and coat doing there on the rack? Whose is it?
I don't know. Do you know Miss Kelly? Was it Dowd's?
Dowd had his hat with him when he left. Maybe it belongs to one of the relatives, one of the patients.
Hand me the hat. There may be some kind of identification in it. Here.
What's this? What's this?
See?
That's strange.
Some new fad. Put them away. Get them out of here.
Hello, Dr. Chumley.
Oh, there you are.
How is every little old thing?
Fair, Wilson. Thank you. Fair.
Look, somebody's gonna have to give me a hand with that Simmons thing. Order a restraining jacket or something. She's forgot me, didn't you? Well, I got her corset off all by myself.
We're going to look into this woman right now.
She's in the hydro tub. My God, that's the water running on her.
Oh, Willie, remember your promise. Hello, Dr. Sanderson. Willie, you haven't forgotten the McClure's cocktail party, have you? You promised them faithfully.
That's right. I have to go and look on a patient now, but I'll be down shortly.
Give a quick little diagnosis, Willie. You don't want to be late for the party. Just dying to see the inside of that house. Good evening.
Oh, why hello there.
I'm Mrs. Chumley, Dr. Chumley's wife.
Dell's my name. Elwood P. Here, let me give you one of my cards. If you should wish to call me at that one. Don't call me at that one. That's the old one.
Thank you. Is there something I can do for you?
What did you have in mind?
Well, you seem to be looking for someone.
Yes, I'm looking for Harvey.
Harvey? Is he a patient here?
No, nothing like that.
Does he work here?
No, he's what you might call my best friend. He's also a puka. He came out here with Beta and I this afternoon.
Where was he when you last saw him?
In that chair there, with his hat and coat on the rack.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any hat and coat there now. Perhaps he left?
Apparently, I don't see him anywhere.
What was that word you just said? Hookah?
Yes, that's it.
Is that something new?
Why, no, as I know it, that's something very old.
Oh, really? Well, I'd never happened to hear it before.
I'm not surprised. Either did I until I first met Harvey. Gosh, I do hope you get a chance to meet him. I'm sure he would be quite taken by you.
Oh, really? Well, that's very nice of you to say so, I'm sure.
Not at all. If Harvey happens to taking a liking to people, he expresses himself very deeply. If not, he just sits there like an empty chair and empty space on the floor. He's choosy, you see.
Well, that's not such a bad way to be in this day and age.
I suppose not. But Harvey's fond of my sister Beta. Probably because Harvey's fond of me. Beta and I come from the same family. Now you'd think that feeling would be mutual, wouldn't you? But Beta doesn't seem to care for Harvey. It's too bad, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Dowd. I gave up a long time ago expecting my family to like my friends. It's useless.
But we must always keep trying.
Well, there's no harm in trying, I suppose.
Because if Harvey has said to me once, he's said to me a million times. He has said, Mr. Dowd, I would do anything for you. Mrs. Chumley,
Yes?
did you know that Mrs. McElhenney's Aunt Rose is going to pop in on her tonight unexpectedly from Cleveland?
Why, no, I didn't.
I guess that puts you both in the same boat then, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know anybody named
Mrs. McElhenney lives next door to us. Harvey told me about her and her Aunt Rose. That's a cute little news item you may wish to pass around.
Well,
Are you sure you haven't time to come downtown with me for a second?
Well, thank you very much, but I'm waiting for Dr. Chumley. And if he came down here and found me gone, he'd be liable to raise... he'd be very irritated.
And we wouldn't want that now, would we?
I'll tell you what I'll do, however.
What will you do, however?
If your friend comes in, I'd be glad to give a message for you.
Oh, really? I sure would appreciate that.
No trouble at all. I'll write it down on the back of this. Now, what would you like me to tell him if he comes in while I'm still here?
Just tell Harvey to meet me downtown if he has time.
Meet Mr. Dowd downtown. Any particular place downtown?
He knows where. Harvey knows this town like a book.
Harvey, you know where. Harvey what?
Just Harvey.
I'll tell you what.
What?
Doctor and I are going right downtown to 12th and Montague. Dr. McClure is having a cocktail party.
Really? Cocktail party at 12 o'clock?
Dr. McClure is having his cocktail party for his sister from Wichita.
Really?
We're going down there in a few minutes. We could give your friend a lift into town.
I certainly would appreciate that, but I wouldn't want to impose.
Oh, no trouble at all.
Well then, I really must be going. I've had a fun time talking to you.
Goodbye, Mrs. Chumley.
Bye.
Dr. Sanderson, that Simmons woman's very uncooperative. She refused to admit to me that she has this large white rabbit. This is her brother. Give her 2 of these at 9, another at 10, if she continues to be restless. Another trip to the hug room at 8, and another one in the morning at 7. Then we'll see if she won't cooperate tomorrow. Won't we, Doctor?
Yes, doctor.
Well, you know where to find me if you need me. Ready, Pat?
Yes, Willie. And oh, Willie,
Yes.
there was a man in here. A man named, let me see. Oh, here it is. Dowd. Ellen P. Dowd.
That's Mrs. Simmons' brother, doctor. I told him he could look around here.
She mustn't see anyone tonight, not anyone at all. Tell them that.
Yes, doctor.
He didn't come to see her. He was looking for someone. Some friend of his.
Who could that be, Dr. Sanderson?
I don't know.
He said it was someone he came down here with this afternoon.
Was there anyone with Val this afternoon, Miss Kelly?
Not when I saw him. Well, he said there was. He said he was sitting right there in that chair with his hat and coat. Seemed quite disappointed. Dr. Sanderson? Oh, I told him if we located this friend, we'd give him a ride into town. He could ride in the back seat. Was that all right, Willie?
Of course, of course.
Oh, here it is. His friend's name was Harvey. Harvey? He didn't give me a last name, but he mentioned something else about it. Hookah. But I didn't quite know what that was.
Harvey?
He said his friend was quite tall. Well, Willie, why are you looking like that? This man was a very nice, polite man, and he merely asked that we give his friend a ride into town. And, well, if we can't do a favor for someone, well, then why are we living?
Where did he go, Mrs. Chumley? How long ago did he leave?
Give me that hat. By George, we'll find out about this.
Henry? Did the man in the brown suit go through there a minute ago? He did? He's gone?
Gaff. Judge Gaff. Judge Gaffney, this is Dr. William Jones, the psychiatrist. You called out this afternoon about entering one of your clients as a patient. Yes, I'm making a routine checkup on the spelling of that name. How's that name spelled? With a W? Not a U? Mr. Elwood P. Dowd? Thank you, Judge. Dr. Sanderson? I believe your name is Sanderson? You know that much, do you? You went to medical school and you specialized in the study of psychiatry? You graduated? You went forth? Perhaps I neglected to tell you, doctor, that a rabbit has large, pointed ears, and that a hat for a rabbit would be perforated to make room for those ears.
That would seem quite reasonable enough at the time, doctor.
Doctor, the function of a psychiatrist is to determine the difference between those who are reasonable and those who merely talk and act reasonably. You realize what you have done to me? You don't answer? I'll tell you. You've let a psychopathic case walk off these grounds with a light, large, overgrown rabbit. You subjected me, a psychiatrist, to call of all things a lawyer. You find out who came out here to be committed and who came out here to commit.
Dr. Chumley,
Wait a minute, Wilson, I need you. Now I'll have to do something I haven't had to do in 15 years. I'll have to go out after this patient, Mr. Elwood P. Dowd, and when I bring him back, because I will bring him back, your connection with this institution is of that moment finished. Wilson, get the car. Pat, call McClures and tell him we can't make it. Miss Kelly, come with me and we'll get that woman out of the tub.
Yes. Now I'll have to tell the cook we'll be home for dinner. She'll be furious. Wilson,
Yes, ma'am?
what's a hookah?
What?
A hookah.
You can search me, Mrs. Chumley.
Maybe it'd be one of his encyclopedias here. They seem to have everything. I wonder if it's a lodge or what it is. Oh, don't dare do this now. Dr. Chumley won't want to come and find me still here. He'll raise, oh dear.
P-O-O-K-A. Hookah. From old Celtic mythology. A fairy spirit in animal form. Always very fond of rum pots and cracker pots. And how do you do, Mr. Wilson?
How do you do, Mr. Wilson?